Hello and welcome to the focus group for All Mobile Everything. My name is Brandon Eagleson and I will be your moderator on behalf of All Mobile Everything. The Vice President of All Mobile Everything has asked me to come up with a new app idea specifically for college students. We will begin by asking general questions and proceed with more specific ones as the interview continues. Let's begin. Do any of you have a smartphone? What kind?
Mine is an iPhone 4, I think, or 5.
iPhone 4.
Yeah. And iPhone 5.
It's like iPhone's the consensus.
Yes.
And then, do you frequently download apps on this smartphone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Games.
Yes.
How many would you say in a week?
1.
Yeah, I probably do maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 a month, if that much.
Yeah, 1. So what type of apps do you like to download?
Games.
I like to download stores, like Kirkland's, Bath and Body Works, different stores, and they have coupons that you can use.
Anything related to sports. To keep up with my favorite sports teams, I follow the scores with those apps. Those are the ones I use the most.
Would you like a new app to go onto the market? What kind would you want?
I think it's always interesting when new ones come on the market. I don't know, I would be interested in something maybe to do with grocery stores or something with driving or something that pertains to what you do, what
Yeah.
activities you do.
Yeah, same thing, like driving, understanding the rules of the road.
Same thing. And
What kind of
Would you
apps?
like a new app to go on the market?
I can't think of an
I
app.
think it would be neat to have an app where you could compare like certain different types of cars. You know, if you were interested in buying a car, maybe it could tell you the pros and cons of different kinds of cars.
Okay.
Brands.
Now I'm going to introduce 2 concepts I thought of. The first one I'll discuss is the driver safety app, which will promote safe driving through its many features. It will have a text lock feature that prevents texting while driving when the app is on, which would really be good. And it will have an auto text feature that sends an auto response text message alerting the sender that you are driving to prevent any deaths or wrecks or anything that could happen. It'll contain a safe GPS feature that determines the safest route based on weather conditions, travel level, road wear, and accident rates, which I think would be really cool. The second app I will discuss is the metal detector app. This app will allow you to find metal objects or lost items planted with metal. It will contain a discovery map feature that shows where other users of the app have maybe found these things, kind of like the WAS app. It will have a lost and found feature that assists you with finding your lost items implanted with metal at a short range, which I think a lot of people would get this app. The overall goal of this focus group is to select an app which you think college students like yourselves would want to use. So the first question is, which app interests you the most and why?
Probably the driver safety app because it helps navigate you where you need to go and helps prevent accidents and which turn you need to make when you're on your way to a certain location.
I think the driver app too. I like the texting feature because it automatically would send a message so that people would know that you're not answering your phone just because you're not answering it, but that you're driving, that you're busy, and it would tell them what you're doing. So they wouldn't continue to text you over and over, they would know what you were doing.
I like it because I like the driver safety app because it promotes safety and it encourages safety, and it would keep drivers, they'll know the best way to drive with the help of this app.
What about you, Ben? Same thing.
So the driver,
Well, and two, I think the driver one is the best one, also because, just to add to what I said, because it makes you focus on your driving. So you're not worried about being sidetracked or trying to answer your phone or whatever, it makes you focus on driving. And when you have all your attention on one task, you're more able
And
to do what you're supposed to do.
it also blocks texts from coming on your phone, so you're not so distracted by those.
Right.
Alright, so which feature do you like the most about the driver safety app?
Well, just that, like, it helps keep you safe on like weather conditions, road wear and accidental rates. You know, because there's a lot of accidents. You know.
Yeah.
And I like the automatic, that it automatically comes on, or whatever, to block the text. I think that's important, because a lot of times you'll get a text and it distracts you, and you don't know if it's important or if it's an emergency or whatever, but if they know that you're busy, maybe people won't text as much, you know, but it'd be good to have that, I think. It would be value add.
I like this, and I like the Safe GPS feature because it shows you the safest way to drive, and you know that it's gonna keep you safer on the road than if you didn't have the app.
Right, with the weather conditions too, like if there was ice or something, you didn't know there was ice coming up, or that seems to be when most wrecks are, when there's ice on the road. or
I
that
like
way.
to avoid roads that have terrible road wear,
Right,
because that can
and then you could take a
Make it-
detour.
make it dangerous.
Alright, so what feature do you like the most about the metal detector app, if you had to choose? You know, most of you guys didn't choose this one.
Maybe because it helps, you know, find certain items you're looking for that are implanted with metal, so that if they detect something that's metal, that means that it helps you look for the thing you're looking for, like your phone or
Or maybe not your phone because it's an app on the phone.
yeah.
Right,
Well, somebody else's phone.
Yeah, somebody else's
right,
phone.
but like when I lost mine at the movie, or left mine at the movies, and we tried to figure out where it was, if it had flagged me, then I would have known where it was, I guess, before. But your keys too, and that's important, a lot of people misplace their keys.
Or if they misplace some of their tools in their car.
Yeah. You know, anywhere couldn't. People
Yeah.
always misplace
So, yeah,
their.
I guess we all like the lost and found one
Yeah,
Or
because I
maybe
misplace
you
things all
lost
the
your
time.
debit card too.
yeah.
So, after talking about these two, which would you improve or change about each app?
I like it the way it is. I don't think it needs any more adjustments.
Yeah, I think the driving app would be great the way it is, because you have to keep things simple. If you make it too complicated, people aren't gonna use it. I think the simpler it is, the better. And the metal detector, that's a neat one, because it probably could help you find your glasses too, right? Anything that has metal in it?
If you, yeah,
Or you can,
Or what if
or
it's,
maybe you could implant certain items that you use all the time with metal, so you'll find it even if it's not made out of metal.
right, I wonder if it would help you just find your things, or it would help you find anything that's metal, because what if it led you to someone else's phone that they lost, and then you
Yeah,
could
it
call
could be
them and
someone
tell them you
else's
found their phone.
oh, that's
So
why
that-
the app,
Yeah, that would
like,
be,
design is a,
right, so you'd be helping other people too, and that would be cool.
so what else would you change about the metal app? You think maybe there's something you would change? That I should change?
I can't think of anything, because it's simple enough. It's not supposed to be a very complicated app.
Yeah, but the one thing you might have to take into account is what kind of metals, because there's different metals, I mean, phones are different from, so you'd have to have some way of it to distinguish what kind of metals, just so it would cover everything.
Yeah.
Because if it only found phones, that's not gonna help you if you're trying to find your keys.
Yes.
So you just have to come up with some way
The
to
driver's safety app.
differentiate.
I mean, you should have to figure out a way to, because obviously if you're using the GPS, and that's sort of a distraction from driving, so I guess it would have to give some kind of warning on it that says you should, for the safest experience, you should, whatever you wanna call it, mount the phone so that you're not, so it's hands-free. If it's not hands-free, then
Right, and it's
it's
gonna
not really,
distract you,
kind
you're
of
gonna have
defeats the
driving.
purpose of being safe.
That's true.
If you had to choose one thing you would change about the driver app, what would you change, or what would you wanna add to it? If you had to, even if you like it.
Maybe, like a voice activated way to answer the phone, where you answer it with your voice instead of by touching the phone.
Right,
Because all it talks about,
Right,
all
you
it
could-
covers.
because I think
texting.
I think cars, some cars have that capability, you can talk to the phone within the car itself, and the car has the phone on it.
Maybe like
Instead of-
voice activation, like you can be able to kind of voice commands to your app so that without having to rework the
Yeah,
system.
And tell, kind of like Siri, like you could tell it, you
Yeah,
can tell it what address you want to go to instead of typing it in.
I think it would be cool if there was some way to come up with, on the GPS, that it was your voice. That it wasn't somebody else's voice, it was your voice telling you where to turn and where to go. I don't know, I think that'd be fun.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, I don't know, I think it'd be fun.
You know, so what else, is there any concern, any questions you may have? Or about the whole focus group? Any questions that you can think of?
So if you've come up with two different app ideas, you're just submitting them and then they might possibly pick one of your apps to come out with?
Yeah.
That would be neat, if it was something that you know that you had come up with.
You're sort of submitting both ideas, or you?
But that's where the best
Or are you
ideas,
choosing the best idea?
right, the best
What do you
ideas
think
come
is best
from.
that you're gonna?
Yeah, you're picking the best idea.
And as a college student, you can suggest what you think would be a good idea, since you're a college student.
Yes. That's why they contacted me.
I think it's a neat idea, if they're actually talking to people, to find out what they think.
I like how the driver safety app takes a simple GPS that already exists and makes it more interactive, and it actually doesn't just tell you where to go, it tries to help you have safe driving habits.
Yes, that's right. I thought of it. Well, thank you guys for your input on this. And I'll let all mobile everything know about what I've learned from the focus group. Thank you and good night.